is there.
Oh, yes. So now each team feeling it has a score to settle beyond this being a regular season game.
And we expect the crowd here at the San Juan Arena to be very rowdy.
JR Sena picks up the loose leather for the Heavy Bombers in their gold and blue uniform. Sena was not expecting the pass. And Cunanan looking around for someone to blame.
Now, Cunanan is the fifth starter for Ariel Vanguardia. He is the glue on the defensive end for JRU.
Sam Ekwe going up strong, finger roll, rims out, gang rebounding by the Heavy Bombers.
And that is something they do very well. Of course, Hayes averaging double figures in rebounds. And Sena, Nocom, and Wilson are close to that as well.
They go inside to Sena, working on Ekwe. Picked away by Al Jamal, leading a fast break. Escobar hammered.
Tough foul given up by probably Cunanan.
Yes, and it is a very hard foul indeed. And let's see if it will be called an unsportsmanlike foul. It is. So it's 2 free throws and possession for the Red Lions.
Maybe we can take a look at that once again. Oh, he was not going for the ball at all.
Okay.
Didn't even pretend he's going for the ball.
Well, referees usually call that if your arm goes below the shoulder of the player.
That's true. But then again, that's probably a strong message being delivered by JRU right off the bat. And Escobar was probably unnerved enough to miss both free throws. And he's usually a very good free throw shooter.
Absolutely. Probably the best on San Beda. And I guess, Butch, this is an indication of how this game is going to go.
Well, JRU still probably remembers that shameful licking they got from San Beda on opening day.
Turnover, Hayes off and running, 2-0. Heavy Bombers. Hermida being harassed by Bulanis. Getting a screen against Sena. Picks up the tap. Escobar looking downstairs, nobody there. Gets a screen from Al Jamal. Going up strong, fouled by Hayes. And that is where JRU is going to have problems.
Well, it's going to be a difficult matchup on Escobar. And Hayes is simply not quick enough to stay with Escobar and Cunanan. Well, baka magkasuntukan na agad porque siya pa rin nababantay.
Let's go quickly now to Pia Boren with their initial report on San Beda.
Yes, Bill, today's game is another statement game for the San Beda Red Lions, and they have come here with a specific job to do, and that's demolish the team that's the strongest pretender to the crown. Coach Frankie addressed the peripheral issues surrounding the team and told the boys, this will be an emotional game for us, but let's focus and let's play with heart. Coach Frankie instructed the Red Lions to play like a team on fire versus a team under fire. Be aggressive, go into attack mode from the moment the game starts, and keep the other team in the dark so they don't know what's coming. Marcelo and Texon won't be suiting up due to a sprained left ankle and a bruised right knee respectively, but both will be back next game. Bill, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. That was our Samsung courtside update with Samsung. It's not that hard to imagine. To all.
Interesting that Frankie Lim considers JRU their toughest contender for the crown, and not Letran, which is the only team that has beaten them so far.
Interesting point. And a very public point at that.
That's true.
Sena. Fall away against Ekwe. Makes it.
Well, this is the new JR Sena. In the old days, like last year, he would shy away from trying to take on Sam Ekwe one-on-one in the pivot, but that was last year.
Escobar finds himself open, bothered by the defense, makes it anyway.
That time it was Wilson was trying to guard Escobar.
Easier said than done. Under 8 minutes to go. It has been noisy from opening tip-off. Sena patrolling the baseline, trying to sneak past Ekwe. Gets blocked.
Well, that time
Ekwe
Ekwe just kept his hands up.
Escobar. Al-Jamal for three. In and out. And Ekwe being kept off the glass early in this game.
Well, that's one of the keys for JRUs. They have to limit the offensive rebounds of Sam Ekwe.
Sena can make that shot. This one's a little long. Menor with his Velcro haircut. Turnover by San Beda. Very uncharacteristic of them to be giving up the ball this early.
For all is our count. Coming down to 7 minutes left in the first.
Sena rolls around Ekwe. And that's a confidence builder. He has 4 points. San Beda has not been getting second shots, Butch.
Escobar trying to attack the entire JRU defense. He had come back very quickly after a made basket.
Bolaños. Sena asking for the ball. He's really getting a workout today against Ekwe. Shot clock at 5. Taken away by Menor. It will go back to JRU.
Cunanan nearly actually lost the ball.
Now at the other end of the floor, let's hear from Melanie Martinez reporting on the Heavy Bombers. Melanie?
Bill, there's no storm. Bill, I'll continue my report after this break, and this timeout is brought to you by Samsung. With Samsung, it's not that hard to imagine.
Baseline inbound. Bolaños attacking Escobar. Somebody tipped the ball loose. Al-Jamal pulls it down. Again, San Beda trying to force the tempo. Al-Jamal lobs it inside to Ekwe. Turns, finger rolls, still no good.
Ekwe seems to have forgotten the use of the backboard.
Yes.
The first couple of attempts.
All right, finally, let's hear from Melanie Martinez. Melanie?
Bill, there's no storm or holiday that hinder the Heavy Bombers from training hard every day in preparation of the remaining games this season. So even though the Red Lions got us in the first round, they shouldn't be too complacent as they're now facing a stronger and more mature JRU team. Today they're hoping to get a win over the Red Lions, particularly Sam Ekwe. As what Coach Ariel told me, we haven't beaten Ekwe since last year, but I hope I'll bring out the David in us to struck Goliath this time. Bill, Coach Ariel also said that he prefers more to see Al-Jamal in action today because this is the time that we can see how much we have improved as a team. We want to be in the championships, and this can be a preview of that, Bill.
All right, very good point indeed. And besides, at least this way, if they win, there are no excuses.
That's true.
That was our Samsung courtside update with Samsung. It's not that hard to imagine. San Beda having trouble finding the basket. Sena using all his moves against Sam Ekwe. He has 6 points.
And you know what? This is the main difference between last year's San Beda team and this year's San Beda team. Last year's San Beda team tried to keep the score low.
Yes.
You know, they were pretty much concentrating on more defense. Right now, this team is more of an offensive juggernaut.
Oh, yes. And we haven't even seen the bench yet.
That's true.
8-6, the Red Lions. The Red Lions still trailing.
And you have to credit Jared Bolaños. This rookie has been running the place with aplomb for JRU the first 5 minutes of the game.
Hayes rejected by Ekwe. Foul on Bolaños. That will be the third on JRU. San Beda still spotless.
Ekwe got up very quickly in that last shot by Hayes.
He wasn't even in the picture.
That's true.
Watch this. With the left hand, no less.
So 2 more stalwarts for Coach Ariel Vanguardia come in. Mark Cagoko and Maui Pradas coming in for Cunanan and Bolaños. And this is probably the strongest 5 that they could field in. Well, maybe Nokob. Nokob's there also. Nokob's guarding Menor. Go. They called the offensive foul on Menor. They have to credit Nokob for not losing his cool.